Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Let me put my Slack in here. I gotta tighten up the Slack a little bit here. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see if I have any questions here. Okay, sound is good. Okay, here we go. All right, I got your comments on my screens. Got everything going here. Okay, watching the euro take off. Look at this euro chart right now. What a clean chart this is in terms of the stop buster breakout, right? Literally, this is why I absolutely love this setup best of all. In fact, like if in some ways I think that plus the reversal is the only thing you should really be trading. You shouldn't even bother with the breakout candle, even though the breakout candles work sometimes. The thing about the failure is a 70% success setup, in my opinion, meaning that 7 out of 10 times it resolves positively. Look at just the clean structure here. So okay, you get a breakout candle here that's marginal. The most important thing is you have a down trend defined. Then you have the buy candle. Then you have this failure of the buy candle from 19, and that's good all the way down to 2100. But let's just say it's good, certainly good for 5-10 points. Let's say it's good for 5 points with a 7-point stop. Very, very clean. Then we just ignore everything else, and then we look for the exact reversal. An uptrend defined. At this point, they already have 6-7 periods of defined. The sell candle gets reversed on this candle over here, right? And nice clean. You get in at 9. I would use the swing lows over here as your stop, 7 points, 8 points as your stop, and now you have a run that goes all the way out to 20, so like 10 points. Just super clean signals. As long as you just filter out everything else. Like the most important thing is you want trend defined, you want failure to take place, especially clearly the first signal, right? Because you're going to get continuous failure in an uptrend, meaning sell signals are going to get taken out. But with every breakout higher, with every failure higher on an uptrend, your probability starts to decline because you're stretching yourself way too far away from the moving average. But that first clean setup is just such a beautifully clean, good-looking setup. Just looking at see if same story on cable here, right? So we have uptrend defined, sell candle. We can wait all the way up to here. Let's say that's a full clean breakout of the sell candle around 52s, right? Put the stop at the near swing low, 37. Because cable, let's say, requires a little bit more room, so that's like a 15-point stop with a 10-point target, and it skyrockets. It goes to like 20 points on the move. So the thing that sort of you want to keep clear in your head is you just want to ignore everything else but that clean setup like that. Cable. This is the reason why cable is very difficult to trade, and why you have to, I would say, compensate for the volatility by not using certainly not using the candle highs and lows, but perhaps using the swing highs and lows. So in this case, you have a break over here at 45. The swing high is 62. That's like a 17-point swing, and you're looking for probably like a 10-point target, right? So you sell 44, and it goes all the way down to 37. Not quite there, but and this is why cable is so hard to trade. But still, if you had your stops at a swing high, you would have managed to survive it. Now the thing is, that you probably want to do something that Kathy does, which is overlay a fundamental overlay on this. And the funda here is that the expectation is they're going to do, they're having a dinner meeting tonight. They kind of caved on the bill, on the Irish bill yesterday. So there's clearly intention and movement to try to make the Brexit deal happen. So one way to do this is you say, you know what, I'm only looking for positive technical triggers because I'm fundamentally positive. And then you just, you kind of ignore any of the negative signals and just look for positive ones. And it's just, that's a stronger structure. I haven't even looked, backwards, but yeah. But I mean, look at this. Look at if you have a fundamentally positive outlook, look at this. Look at this move, right? All the way from around 3 o'clock in the morning. You have all these buys, all these buys, all these buys. Where's the failure? I'm just looking for a failure here. Well, the failure doesn't come in till quite steep in the trend, but even here, coming in very steep in a trend, you could have just simply used a much tighter stop like this, and you still would have done quite well on the move. So it's just my point of like analyzing this stuff. By the way, we've got dollar CAD, we have Bank of Canada, right? So I don't know if that's going to be within our domain here in terms of timeline, but this is one interesting FX today. Let's assume, I don't know, Bank of Canada going to be positive. I really don't have a view. Like everybody, all the reading I get is everybody thinks that they are generally going to be pretty dovish, right? Which means that's actually probably negative dollar CAD for the day. And if you look at dollar CAD, it's kind of technically, trading negatively. So you have this sell candle here that mildly gets broken to the upside, right? Mildly gets broken to the upside. But I would probably wait to have a cleaner uptrend and a failure, defined if I wanted to trade this. It's very difficult to trade something in front of the news. You want to kind of trade it post news, but that's another possibility for us to take a look at. All right, let's take a look at where the oops, where are you guys? Okay, hey guys, hey Demetrius. Demetrius, how did that did you stop yourself out at break even on the second half of that Dow? Because that was a great move for the first half, and then the Dow kind of came in. The story on that's good. That's too bad. Story on stocks today is really horrendously slow. Look at let's look at the Nasdaq. Look at how gappy the 1 minute candle is, which is very indicative of very little price action, right? There's just like all these gaps in price, meaning that the price changes are very small and essentially non-existent. So we might have to wait until the open to even consider any kind of trades on the play here. Trying to see what else is going on over here. Dow, I traded the Dow to the upside over here. Like earlier today, this is a perfect example. Here was, I think, what was this? This was the sell. This was the sell over here. This sell got broken out to the upside. I traded that to the top side. That was a nice clean sell. The second failure signal, which is the sell here, gets taken out, was not nearly as, again, if you want to trade, you just want to trade the first, the first stop runner signal, right? It's kind of interesting. To trade continuity, you always want to take the first signal in trend. To trade mean reversion, you always want to take the second or the third, right? That's That's kind of a very, very interesting insight because they are mirror images of each other. Continuity has the greatest chance of explosion early in the trend, obviously, right? Like this particular trade is the highest trade. Where let me see if I can pull up the where's my thing here? Okay, there's dollar CAD. Let's go to NYM. So let me see if I can make this bigger. So you can see this was the sell candle, this sell candle tap. This is always, the biggest, the highest possibility for reversal, right? Whereas when we look at reversal signals, we certainly don't want to. There's very few here, but it's so boring, man. It's really, really boring. We don't have any reversals. So let me see if there's any reversal signals in the NAS today. Wow, there's nothing going on here. Okay, so here's a very, very lame example of what I mean. So when we're doing the breakout trade, the first failed signal, the first reversal of the signal, that's the greatest one. We're doing a reversal signal. The first one is a horrible signal. The second one is mediocre. It's not bad. The third one is really, really strong. So just as in continuity, we want to jump on the first signal and kind of pass up the rest of them. On the reversal side, we want to wait. We want to wait for a couple of them before we jump on. And the irony of the whole thing is, of course, we do the exact opposite, right? Like the temptation is to instantaneously trade on a reversal signal and to chase the continuity signal all the time, right? Like I think that's probably the one behavior set that if you could fix, if you could change, would be the most profitable change in your behavior, which is wait for the reversal and step away from the continuity. Does that make sense to everybody? Where's everybody here? Ooh, I got a lot of people in the room here. Everybody's super quiet. Talk to me, my friends. Let's go. I want questions. I want answers. We got nothing setting up right now, so it's kind of very boring as far as price action. So I might as well discuss tactics with you because those are really much more long-term ideas that you could benefit from. Let me hang on a second. All right, let me just do it this way here. Oh, I wonder. Tell me if you guys. I'm actually curious. Do you see that? No, you don't see it. Oh, that's really interesting. Oh, wow, that's so interesting. The question box from GoTo does not show up in the thing. That's really interesting. Okay. All right, hang on. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to set up on my other monitor. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Exactly, Martin. We'll happy to do that. Just bear with me just 1 second. Just want to set up my monitor on this thing. So annoying. Ugh. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, let's get big. You know what? I think it's better to do it on TradingView, right? Would you guys agree with me that it's easier to see on TradingView? So let's do TradingView. Okay. So what is a stop buster reversal setup? The only problem is I need this example. It's so bad. Okay, let's look at the Dow Jones. This is the Dow Jones futures, right? So step one, let me get big here. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Step one is we have moving average separation. So we have trend defined. Trend is defined as moving average separation. That's step one. Step two, we have a sell candle in an uptrend. We have a sell candle in an uptrend. Step 3, we have a candle that closes above, equal to or above, let's just say above the high of the sell candle, this candle over here, right? Step 4, we go long. This is our candle. So this candle completes, we go long. Now, our stop and targets are always dynamic. They're always contingent on where the chart is, right? Since this is a 1-minute chart and we have so little price action, it's idiotic to use the stop of the candle. Even though if you use the stop of this candle, you actually would have survived. You would have actually been fine. But I think it's just too little room to give yourself risk. So typically, what I like to do is just say to myself, okay, I'm going to go to the next swing low right over here. So let's assume I'm in at 49. My stop is 35. Okay, let's say it's a 15-point stop. 15-point stop. I'm looking for 70% of that, which is a 10-point move. So I'm in at 49, and I'm looking to get TP'd at around 59, right over here, right over here. That is like as perfect a perfect a trade as you can imagine, right? So I would get into, right? I am in on this candle, and I am out right here, right? With my stop, like, let me do it with an arrow so you guys can see my stop. My stop is like somewhere around right around here. Does that make sense? Is that clear, Martin? All right, let's minimize this. Let's go back to oh, Jonathan is asking me, why don't I want to trade ES? Jonathan, 2 reasons. Since 70 to 80% of our clients are CFD, ES is like a horrible CFD product. It doesn't move a lot, and the spreads are really wide. So it's not great. ES is a great futures product, but also ES for what we do is not that great either. Like it's just what we need is clear defined entries and a modicum of volatility. We need movement once we do that, right? And ES is just so chunky because it is so so thick in terms of bid ask that it doesn't really move as much. I think ES is a great product maybe for longer term charts. I'm happy to take a look at it actually. Let's take a look at the ES on longer term charts. Let's look. This is the S&P 500. You can see the 1-minute chart is just horrendous. Let's just take a look at a 5-minute chart. Let's see if we can find any potential interesting ideas here. So on a 5-minute chart, right? 5-minute chart, you actually could create pretty decent. I mean, the ES could be like one of those really interesting low activity, low volatility setups, because here's ES. This is 10 o'clock at night. We have a trend uptrend, right? We have a big breakout on the sell candle. Let's say we even if we came in here at 37.10, and the stop would be like at least, I would say you need a point underneath this. So the stop would be, let's see, what is that? The low here is 8. Let's just make it 7. 7 would be like 7. So that's a 3-point target, and I need about 2 points to to make my 70%. So it would be like right over here. It would take a good 2 hours to resolve this trade, but it's not, it's still the first big break. This would be certainly a better entry because you had such a big move over here. But I got a audio, so I just want to see if there was any signal here, but I guess not. But that's why I think ES is much more of like a 5-minute candle thing. Here's the ES from yesterday, right? So you have uptrend, sell candle, broken out, super clean trade, just super clean trade, right? It's basically maybe one or two trades per day, kind of a signal. But that's that's pretty good if you just want to take one or two trades. It's not bad. You see right now, we just look how flat we are on a 5-minute chart. There's literally no trend on the stock market right now. What's going on over here? I just want to see if I'm getting. Oh, looks like the Dow is getting some signals. Oops, hang on a second. Sorry. Where's my CFDs? So here's a Dow. Yeah, Dow is sending a signal now. So this is what's called a breakout signal, right? This is like if we're just going to trade the breakout, we sell this, we hope it goes down. And while this is okay, this is literally my third favorite setup. And I've really come to the conclusion that most of the time, this is really a sucker bet. I would only trade this. Generally, I'd only trade it for shits and giggles. I traded maybe at the beginning of the trend, like right over here, where there is it's seemingly confirming the moving average crossovers. But generally, what I really want to do now, what I'd love to see now, is for us to consolidate, for us to maybe even create a buy candle, and then for that buy candle to fail. Like I want to look at a buy candle failure. And if I get a buy candle failure, that's going to give me a lot more confidence that I have more downside to go on the chart. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Do you move your stop or just wait for take profit? Martin, the absolutely best way to trade doesn't mean that that's what we do, because it's always a work in progress. But absolutely the best way to trade is to set your stop, set your target, and just, as I say, walk the F away. Walk away from the chart, walk away from the trade, let the trade resolve itself. 9.5 out of 10 times, it's going to resolve your way. If you interfere, you're generally going to screw it up. But that's ideal. And then there's reality where you kind of interfere. But ideally, you just want to, if you've chosen the right setup, like the breakout setup, just let it go. It will work perfectly. Let me see if there's any more questions here. Slacky. So you get me, Jonathan. You understand what I'm saying about why ES is not a great candidate for the 1-minute chart. All right. So we got like about 10 minutes before the New York Open. And by the way, guys, this is both for members and for those of you who are listening in Masterminds who may consider joining us, who are let's see if I got another signal here. What's going on over here? Oh, okay, good. So maybe got 11. Is this frozen? Oh, it's just not. Look at the quotes are just not changing. Okay, so this looks like. Let's take a look at the chart. Let's just look at the. Is this right? This looks like. I guess it's on a I guess on the CFDs it's showing an arrow. Fine. So we'll take the CFD look. So on the CFD there's an arrow here at. What's the low? I wonder, maybe, let me just double check. Let me make sure that it's not. Yeah, that's correct. There is an arrow here. So there's an arrow here with a low at 48. So what we're going to do is set up our tool to sell 47. If it closes below 47, that's going to be our kind of a setup. Now we're going in right before the market opens, so that's always problematic, but still worth a shot, because I think if it closes, again, the key thing is it closes through this candle, that's a fail signal that should have some continuity. And given where we're at right now, this is the 65 is the high. So I guess that's pretty much good. Like 20. it'd be like 20 to maybe 12 target as our structure over here in terms of win lows. Today is just a super slow day, so not much really going on here, but we'll do the best we can. So I'm looking over here. So I was going to say that I'm thinking about, like, when we eventually finish with the masterminds, of doing 2 lives a day. We're going to do the open New York and then the closed New York, which is 3 to 4, which is 7 to 8 Australia. It is a little early for Singapore. I guess it's 3, maybe it's 4 a.m. in Singapore. So for some Asia, it's a little early. But for Australia and New Zealand, it's a pretty good time, and it's a great time for Europe as well, because there really are only 2 hours in the equity market when we have lots and lots of opportunities. Generally, today may not be one of those days, but generally we have lots of opportunities through the open and the close, and so we'll want to look at those at those chances once we get them. Just looking at currency pairs here. There's nothing going on. Let's just cycle through currency pairs. I'm just curious to see what's going on over here. So Euro's got nothing right now. Yen is an uptrend, but has not given us a fail signal. So cable is in a downtrend, has a sell signal. Now, what I'd love to see is cable have a buy signal that then fails. I'll trade that. Dollar Swiss in a clean, clear downtrend. Here's a buy signal. Look how clean this is. Here's a buy signal. Fails over here at 82, right? Fails at 82, and trading like around 78. I mean, 4 points, but this is a 1-minute chart, so it's not going to be a big movement. Dollar CAD. Remember we talked about dollar CAD. Dollar CAD actually, it's a dangerous game to play in front of the Bank of Canada, but dollar CAD has a legitimate breakout signal here, somewhere, I guess 89. So we can go long 89. Let's just actually do this over here in my thing. I gotta do dollar CAD here. And I guess the assumption is that the Bank of Canada may be oh, damn it! I'm losing my move here. All right, let's just buy it. Screw it. Okay, so I want to buy dollar CAD, and there's about an 80. So let's say I'm gonna target just 5 with this because I'm very late to the trade, and I'll stop myself at around. I'll give myself 10. A little bit worse. So I'm very late to the trade. Just curious because we probably should have been here because I was watching it around 88. But they clearly are negative CAD here. So let's see if they want to run it in front of the stock market open. In the meantime, let's look at how the equity rotation happens here. So the sell signal over here, nowhere close because the Dow is now turning actually positive. And if it turns positive trend, we're going to cancel this signal. So in the next candle, if it turns positive trend, we're just going to cancel the signal because it's already invalidated. On cable, we actually have a legitimate sell possibility against. No, that's a sell candle. Sorry, never mind. Sometimes I get confused myself. We need a buy candle. We got nothing on cable. Okay. All right, let's see how the market opens up. This is the Dow. So we have like not on the trading view, but on MT4 there was a buy candle that we're trying to sell against. But right now it looks like it's going to be positive trend. How's the NAS? NAS is sort of positive trend, but we need a sell candle here to make that happen. What time do we have? 28. Couple more seconds. Okay. All right, I got a couple more questions in the room. I'll be right with you guys with your questions. Just want to watch the price action for a second. What time is it? 29. This equity opening is very, very slow. Wow, you see, like price not even really moving that much. Okay, I'm gonna start. 9:30 opens up. Market starts to move around. The Dow actually moves strongly up. So the NAS moves down. The Dow moves up. This is actually a failure of the buy. Very, very strong candle to the downside. Beginning of the equity market open, so it's a very dangerous trade here. And what's interesting is it's not. Oh yeah, it is. It is on this too. So we have this signal. Let's see. We're going to give this 25 seconds. I mean, it's a big, big down candle. So I'm going to watch this carefully. If it does, so this is a 32. It's about a 10, I guess a 10-point candle, right? So it'll be a 7-point target if it holds. If it holds. I'm going to keep pressing it. I don't like selling the first 5. Okay, I'm going to sell this with like a 5 target. Oops, it's already in my target. 7 target. I'm going to close it. Okay, good. So that's done. That was just a super, super fast trade into the open. Because why? This was the buy candle. This buy candle failed miserably. There was about a 10-point move here in the candle, 10-point stop. I tried to go for 7, and that's what I got. So that was the trade. Super fast because I was eyeing. I told you I was going to be eyeing a failure trade, and that worked out. Okay. So that's a NAS open. Now we got to wait 5-10 minutes for everything to rotate and take a look at what's going on anything else. Okay, cable. Cable actually now setting up for a possible sell failure trade. So where would I, if this breaks to the downside, I'm going to use the 40 as my swing high. This is somewhere around 26. It's about 20. So it's about a 20-point stop with about a 12-point target is where I would set up my cable. So let's do this. I'm going to set up a sell at, what's the low on this thing? It's about 24. Let's see, it's about a 12. All right, so, oh, no, not 35, 24. Oops, what's going on over here? I need to I dragged it down. Okay, sorry, let me just move this over here. So I'm presetting this. Maybe it will hit, maybe it won't. Let's get a little bigger so we can see it. I need to get underneath this arrow right over here. Okay. All right. So if this candle closes below the low here, that's a failure in the pound that we want to trade to the downside. Otherwise, let's see what else is going on here. NAS after collapsing hard, bouncing back a little bit, Dow is strong up, but no movement. Caddy, we were a little bit late to the trade, but I'm just kind of, this is a punt trade. I really don't care about it. It's more of an example trade. The breakout was over here, and that was the move. The move was here to here. We were super late on it, but now I'm just staying in it out of curiosity. It's just to give you, if you guys are trading this for real, just be aware it's a super risky trade because we're staying in front of the BOC, which is coming in 25 minutes. So I have no idea, no read on whether they're going to be bullish or bearish at this point. So what we're seeing is the continuous divergence between what I call the Main Street and the Silicon Valley trade, where you have the Nas collapsing but a Dow rising, which is the reason is that's the positive vaccine, positive stimulus news, because all of that benefits Main Street much more than it benefits NASDAQ. So you get this rotation out of NASDAQ into Dow. That's why you get these moves here. But so far we got really no signals. Look at cable. Cable's coming in very, very close. We were sellers at 25.5, which could be on the next candle. So we'll give it a shot if it breaks to the downside. Dollar CAD is moving up. Screw it. I'll take my 3 points just for fun, because again I don't want to be in this trade for anything longer. So now I'm just kind of eyeing cable, my worst enemy in the world. And really what I want to, remember when we talked about, when I started at the beginning, I said, you don't want to trade the first reversal signal, but you definitely want to trade the first breakout signal or breakdown signal. So this was the first breakdown signal, right? Boom, failure, great signal to the downside. Now, even if we get a buy arrow, I'm going to wait. I want a second buy arrow before I really want to go, because the first reversal signal sometimes can turn into a V, but very often can also be just a continuation to the downside. All right, I got some questions here now. Now that we kind of have a little break in the price action. So, Anthony, any update on the EA indicator? Talk to the programmer yesterday. What I'm trying to do, Anthony, is I'm trying to plug in the percent of profit functionality into it. So when we get that, I'll be able to release it. It looks like end of this week, I think, is the realistic timeline. At very, very latest, it'll be Monday that I'll have the indicator, and then we'll probably do a Monday walkthrough install on that. Joel wants to know, when do we get the indicators, including Zip Trader? Joel, the Zip Trader and the Session Trader are available to anybody as long as you email me your TradingView username. So you have to email me at contact@bkforex.com. Let me just give you the email exactly to everybody. Just contact, and you need to have, I'm assuming you have to have an account with TradingView, which you can get for free, and you have to give me the proper username. Don't give me your email address. That's not what I need. Their usernames are just what you create by yourself, and that's what I need. Manuel is asking me, is it better to pick one strategy and apply it to all the trades that day? I would say yes. I would say, Manuel, the best way to trade, in my opinion, is just to trade continuity, stop buster, and the reversal trade, right? What we call the smart trader, right? Trade the stop buster and the smart trader, because those are the mirror images of each other. Those are the best quality trades, just looking to see what's going on over here. All right, so cable, doing its usual dip me in, dip me out kind of trade. Let's obviously give that a lot of room to grow. Dow does not have anything for us to trade it. These are all breakout signals, so we're just going to ignore them. Like I said, the single best thing to do in life is to ignore the breakout signals in an uptrend or breakdown signals in a downtrend, and trade reversals only, right? So we'll come back to the Dow. What's the Nas doing? Nas is trying to build a base, We still don't even have a buy signal, so we're certainly gonna wait and see. It might be a long way away before we can reverse. Let's look at all the currency signals. What's going on over here? Man, just trying to center my charts here. Okay, here's euro. So euro comes off the highs. Here's yen. Yen is kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm not a lover of yen, but yen is not a bad idea. Like if yen closes, I would say 25, not even 26, but if yen closes at 25 or below, that triggers us into a failure, like a stop buster signal that gives us chance maybe for 5 points to the downside. I mean, this is a 1-minute chart, so it's not like you're trading a lot here. Dollar Swiss is nothing. Dollar CAD, we took our little profit pretty much. The trade was from here, 88 to 96, right? And we came in like over here, so I only took like about 3 points out of it. But that was a trade in dollar CAD. Aussie dollar doesn't have any signals. Dollar yen, pound yen. I'm sorry, pound yen. Pound yen is notoriously volatile, right? So if you're looking at pound yen, you could take this signal. I mean, I think the thing with pound yen is you have to realize is you're gonna even if you get the signal, you're gonna get stopped out a lot. But if I'm trading this theoretically, I'd be short around 89, and my stop would be the swing high here at around 13. So that's like let's just make it a 30-point stop with a 20-point target. So effectively, I'm looking at like a 69 target against the 140.15 stop. That would be my trade here. But that's it's a problematic trade. What's going on over here on the Dow? So Nas is turning a little bit finally. What's the Dow doing? Oh, Dow is finally starting to show us a negative candle. Okay, negative candle. So on the Dow, we have a negative candle in our classic structure. We have a positive trend, negative candle. What we want to see is the Dow. The high on this candle would be what? Let's say 305, 304, 305. So we would be a buyer at so I'm putting it like somewhere around here. I actually put it like right over here, right? So I'm buying this. Where does it fail? It's a big fail. It would have to fail. Honestly, what I usually like to use is if I'm close to the other candles, I'd have to use these candles as a reference point. That's a big risk trade. That's why I would not love to take this trade right now. But let's say we use this is 74 as the fail, and I'm coming in at 04. It's a 30-point stop with a 20-point target. That's a big move here. So you really, you're stretching yourself out quite a lot. You're betting on a big continuity move in the Dow to the upside. But let's see if you can bust out above that level. Oh, Manuel is asking me, can I show you where the signals are in TradingView? I will. In just one sec. Let me just see if the Dow triggers. Let's give this candle a flow through. Oh, the dollar yen, right? We talked about dollar yen dropping through 25. Am I right? Oh no, never mind. What happened here? Am I right? What I? Oh, maybe that was pound. It was pound yen. Yeah, it's pound yen. Never mind. I think it was pound. What? I forgot. What was the 25? Oh, maybe I'm losing my mind. Okay. Um, okay. So Dow did not trigger us. We'll leave that alone. So Manuel wants to know where you're going to find it. You're going to go into your indicators tab over here, and what you're looking for is invite only scripts, right? And you should have Session Trader 2 and Zip Trader Heat Map. These two invite only scripts in your thing. Okay. So that's where you would find it. Is that clear? Is that good, Manuel? Okay. Paul is asking me, why is there no signal on the first retrace in the euro dollar? Where's the euro dollar? What signal are you looking for? This was the breakout signal over here, Paul. Sell gets taken out over here, and then you have this big move. Otherwise, we got no signal. We have a buy over here. In fact, we're setting ourselves up for a potential sell signal here, because if the euro dollar closes, I would say 107. Not 108, but I'd like it to close 107 because I think this looks like it's a 108 and a half. Let's just say 107 and a half. If the euro, we can watch the euro dollar right now. So it's like right now, trading 107 with 28 seconds left. We need it to stay at this level if it's going to trigger a trade for us. Okay, we need it to stay at this level. If it does, then we're going to trade against the like a 10 stop and maybe 2100, 2101 target. So it looks like it's going to come in. I'm not going to do it on MT4 because I'm just watching this on TradingView, but let's just do it here. So we're in at 07, and the stop is around 19, and the target would be 01. And let's see if that works for us. All right, so I'll let that play out. Let's go take a look at MT4. Dow completely collapsing the other way. Where's the NAS? Do I have a reversal trade on the NAS? Not even a reversal candle. The NAS just did our typical. Let me flush it down. Let me come back down. And now it's trying to find its way. So no signals on the NAS here, as far as that goes. By continuity, I mean continuation. Yes, same word. Paul, is it clear to you? Like, I'm sorry, who's asking me about the euro? Yeah, I think it was Paul, right? Paul, are you clear why there was no signal? Because it's not part of my setup. Looks like the euro is coming in. Let's just take the euro. The euro worked, so let's just take it for 4 points here for the move. Because I want you to absorb the dynamic of the setup, right? Failure of the buy. We got short here around 7s. It was a virtual trade because I just didn't have the time to lay it in. I was actually going to do it from my own account from mobile, but I got too distracted. And then nice clean, 4 or 5 points. You're only risking about 7 or 8 up to over here, maybe about 10 points over here. It probably goes to 01, but it's good enough for government work as far as the movement goes. And you can see why it's such a powerful setup. The failure is the success, in my opinion. Oh, what the hell's going on? Is the NAS turning positive? Holy shit, really? Let's look. Let's look at NAS. All right, so Euro's done. NAS is actually, look at this. NAS is kind of turning positive. All right, let's play this on the future side. So this is, the trend is sort of positive. What's the high on this? Let me just set this up. We'll get over here. So I'm going to trade against the high of this candle. stop would be like, where am I? 24. Like, let's say the stop is 7. Target would be 4. Let's see if this breaks me out. All right. Oh, what happened? Oh. What happened? Did it just blow me up? What happened to my move? Oh, damn it. Oh, I'm sorry. What happened to my move here? Where did it go? Oh, it didn't take me. Wow, it didn't take my trade. For some reason, it didn't take my trade. All right, we'll just, let it be. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I didn't execute because I think I had it. Why didn't this execute? This is so weird. Did I have the volatility filter on here? Oh, I know what it was. I'm so sorry, guys. So this totally would have worked, but I didn't have this. Yeah, was the volatility filter. Yeah, sorry, damn it. I had the volatility filter in the thing. I put a stop at 7. The move of the candle was actually bigger than 7 points. So when the volatility filter is on, the trade just simply gets rejected. It's like a safeguard feature. But this safeguard feature, I'm actually going to have Dougie disable it. By the way, those of you guys who are trading with me in the room, here's a really, really cool thing that we're going to do. So like how like right now I'm like annoyingly trying to figure out the 70% of target or 80% of target, whatever it is. We're going to create a version of this thing, of this applet, where all I'm going to do is set the stop and a take profit. Once I configure in the background and say, all my targets at 70% of stop, it will automatically set the target to this, to whatever percentage I want. And I'm also going to have in that version, I'm going to have the volatility filter turned off. So it'll be like a perfect scalping mechanism because you'll never have to figure out your take profit. It will always be configured for you by the computer, which is really, really cool, right? Sorry, I forgot all my Slack people. Okay, nobody's talking to me in Slack, so it's okay. So we're good. Okay. Oh, Paul, good for you. I'm glad you traded. I'm glad you traded the caddy for a little bit. I won't basically choose the pairs that are going to trade with a stop loss, for example. Just trade the majors with a small spread. Yeah, on the FX, FX is always like an afterthought for me. So I'm always only just trading the tightest. I mean, I really only want to trade euro, pound, yen, Canada, maybe not even Australia, because Australia doesn't really move that much, right? But this was another classic move. So even though I didn't physically get the trade off because my software was misconfigured, that was a clean 4 points in the Nasdaq. So I'm calling it. All right, what else we got here? Let me see if anything showing up on the charts here. But you notice how me just focusing on one and only thing, like doing the one thing and not anything else, which is trading the failure. I don't have any reversal setups, but just trading the failure on the first try, just on the first try, not on anything else, right? Is so successful, right? So NAS worked, Euro worked. What the hell else what did we trade before? Oh, NAS before worked. So all of those trades worked, right? Even Canada worked, even though that wasn't properly configured. And that's just what I want to drum into you guys, that if you just stay to the setup, like this failure, breakout, boom, you have you only need between 3 and 5 good trades a day. Like my problem is I'm always trying to do 20, 30 trades a day. But honestly, if you have 3 or 5 good trades a day, that's your P&L for the day. And that's the key. I'm always experimenting, so I always view my account much more as experimentation, because then the more I discover, the more I can teach you, the more nuances I can teach you. But really, the distillation here is trade failures only, trade failures on the first move, trade reversals on the second or third move, stay at 70% of target, 70% of stop, and that's it. Like, you really don't need anything else. Okay, Anthony's asked me, can you clarify the close open times for U.S. futures? U.S. futures are only closed 1 hour a day, between 5 and 6 p.m. New York time. Otherwise, they trade 23 hours a day, just like FX effectively. They only close for 1 hour for the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Yes, that's correct. So they trade just like everything else around the clock. On the Forex side, how many pips would I go for under my method? The point is, it's completely dependent on the trade, right? So generally, like we see in the euro, generally the stops are going to be only maybe 10, 12 points. So we go between between 5 and 7 points on the euro. This is all on the 1 minute chart. When you go on larger time frames, you have larger signals, larger moves. They're less frequent, right? But if you are day trading, if you're scalping on the move, I am going to kill this cable. Oh, fuck you. Okay, I'm counting this cable as a scratch just because I hate cable. What's the difference between trade failure and trade reversal? So I understand the confusion, and it's probably just me calling it. When I say trade failure, what I'm saying is a failure of sellers in an uptrend, failure of buyers in a downtrend. That's the best setup I have, right? When I say reversal, I'm looking for buyers to take it back up in an uptrend or sellers to take it back down in a downtrend. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Why do I target 70% of loss? I target 70% of loss because at that ratio, I'm 58% to break even, 65%, which is 2 out of 3 wins. I'm profitable. And if I stick to the setup, but you see, like how many trades have we done in the live trading room already? We've done literally 10 trades already in 2 days, right? So yesterday it was like 5 out of 6. Today it was, let me count, NAS, Euro, that's 3. Just even if you count that, that's 8 out of 9. And and obviously, maybe a little bit of luck here today, and I fudged a couple of them. But generally, the point being is, you have a realistic chance at that ratio to hit 7 out of 10, right? 70%. So if your break even is 58, at 2 out of 3, you're already net positive, and you can achieve 70%. That's why the setup works. It's all about ratios and structures. Does that make sense? You can, by the way, these are just my suggestions. You can totally modify whatever you want, because this is really day trading scalping structures. When you're trading for much longer, bigger reversals, I mean, you can catch a reversal move that can literally be 3 times your risk, right? When you catch sometimes like I wish I could. Today is just a horrendous day, but let me just see if I could find a. Let's even go to yesterday. Today is Wednesday, right? So let's go to Monday. Let's see. Ooh, where's my? Ooh, what's going on over here? I can't get any. Oh, maybe. What's going on over here? Oh, wow. I'm just looking for examples. Okay, sorry. Okay, so all turns. Here's a turn, right? So finally, after like 3 failures, remember I said to you, you only want to do second or third failure. So let's say you take this failure, you get stopped out, fine. You take one more, this reversal, you get stopped out. This reversal you take. You're in 84. Just for argument's sake, you have a 10-point stop right over here, right? The full move here is like all the way out, 5-6 times your risk. So you can, depending on how you want to structure it, and depending your personality, you can easily go for much higher risk-reward ratios. It's just that, you know, I'm always scalping, and that's what I'm structuring it on. But you're certainly welcome to configure it any way you like, you know, as far as the structure goes. All right, let me see if there's any final questions. How are you guys doing in the Slack room? Is everybody kind of quiet? I'm not sure, Boris. I mean, I'm just telling you exactly what the reversal trade. The reversal trade is a buy signal in a downtrend that is second or third in a row. Second or third. No earlier than second or third, right? The key insight is you have to wait for reversals and you cannot chase continuity, right? You got to jump on continuity right away, because if you're taking the second or third continuity breakout, you're already too late. And the big problem is that everybody always wants to go for the first reversal and the last continuity. And that's the behavior set that I want to break, including my own behavior set that I want to break. That break of that behavior set is the single most profitable thing you can do in trading, in my opinion. It's the single most profitable thing you can do, which is break the temptation to chase the trend and jump on the reversal. Is that clear to everybody? That's my big insight for the day. I hope you guys appreciate it. We took only the first continuity trade, and so far we have not taken any reversal trades because we haven't had anything there. Ooh, look at me. I contained myself from cursing. All right. I'm famous for my potty mouth, guys. Okay, so we're good to go. Another good session. You know, all NAS trades worked. Euro worked. What else did we do? The caddy, you know, quasi worked. So that's good enough. We didn't get any Dow trades off today, but you know, there may be some down the road. But anyways, this is the key thing. Keep your mind on all these things. Keep refining it. I'm giving you the best practices, you know, including myself. I'm giving myself the best practices. Stay the best practices, and that's where you're going to be able to optimize. I hope to have the tool set for everybody in BK in the next couple of days, so we can do automatic percent of stop. And I hope to have the EA for everybody in the Masterminds class Friday, ideally, but Monday for sure. Okay, so that's where we stand. I will obviously send the video to everybody. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Any questions? Just you know, in the room, you hit me, or in you can email me if you're in the course. Okay, guys. Everybody, take care.